Okay, so now we're going to use some mobilisation and rocking movements through the back of the leg. So first of all we can allow the knee to bend, so flexing the knee, supporting under the heel and the dorsal arch of the foot. Allow yourself just to take the weight of the leg, and we're just going to apply a nice rocking movement into the hip, supporting the weight of the leg through my legs, so I haven't got a dead weight in my arms, allowing that hip to rock and rotate through the knee and into the hip. And also apply a slight traction movement into that as well as just allowing it to rock to the left and right. And then allow the knee to flex and extend. So moving through a few phases. Try not to put too much strain on this movement first, just go nice and gently. Again, we're not putting the knee into a strong stretch, we're just mobilising and allowing the tissues to soften as we move through the movements. And also work the foot, so dorsiflex, plantar flex. So a few phases of this. We can invert the foot, evert the foot, and we can mobilise the foot as well. Allowing the leg to rest down again. We can allow a rocking movement, so cupping over the hip and through the inside of the thigh. Allow a rocking movement immediately and laterally, so you're working down the leg and back up again. And also allow a rolling movement, so allowing your hand to rest onto the hip and into the gluteals and down the IT band, and allow a rolling movement to occur and a softening through the pelvis and hip and down into the lower leg and foot. And that's the movement on one leg, and we'll move over to the other leg. So working the opposite leg, again we can pick the leg up, bend and just flex the knee, supporting under the heel and dorsal arch, and to lift the leg, and we're going to allow a nice passive rocking movement through the knee and into the hip. So you get a nice rocking to the left and right, immediately and laterally, softening through the leg. And also just apply gentle traction as well. And then move into a few phases of flexion and extension of the knee. So don't try and do any strong movements here, we're just mobilising the knee, moving in and out of flexion extension. You'll find that each time you do the movement it gradually softens, so you get a greater movement occurring. So we don't need to go into any strong stretches. And then we can mobilise the foot. So we can take it through circumduction, and we can flex and extend, dorsiflex and plantar flex, invert and evert the foot. can allow the leg to relax down. Then we can apply a rocking movement, so cupping through the hip and the inside of the thigh, allowing your hands to follow down through the medial and lateral side of the leg into the lower leg and foot. You can also just restart again at the top, or you can work your way back up again, whichever you prefer. You have nice rocking movement occurring. And then you can also apply rolling movement as well, so working through the top of the hip into the gluteals, around the back of the hip, and down through the IT band, the iliotibial band, working down the lateral part of the leg and rocking down into the foot and leg. You can also finish working on both legs, so cupping under the dorsal arch. You can allow a nice rocking movement through the pelvis, through both legs, so you get a nice swinging action through the pelvis. And you can also apply a slight traction here as well, pulling down and back towards you. And that's a nice way to finish on both legs.